God bless everyone for tuning in. Thank you. My name is Pete, and I want to share my testimony with you on what God has done for me. So, I grew up in Los Angeles in the projects, and my grandparents used to take me to a little apostolic church when I was small. And then around 8 years old, my mom got saved, and I started going with her to another church. I started playing the drums and singing on the altar. Around that time, 8 or 9, an evangelist by the name of Brother Ray Bloomfield from New Zealand, he prophesied into my life that I was going to preach. Kept going to church, but then when I was around 12, I started hanging around gangs. And then when I was 14, started gang banging, selling crack cocaine and weed, and just getting into trouble. And I remember when I was 15, I heard the Lord's audible voice in my right ear. A rival gang had came down in broad daylight, and they just started shooting at us. And I remember I was out in the open, so I was gonna go hide behind a building so I could get cover so I won't get shot. And as I'm running towards there, when I was just about to make the cut to go right towards the building, I heard an audible voice in my ear say, "No." And it scared me to I kind of froze. And then I felt something push me to the left. As soon as it pushed me, I heard the wind of the bullet go by my ear. So that bullet would have killed me had I kept going to the right. Instead, I ran right in front of the car that was doing the drive-by. And I'll never forget this. The guy, he was light-skinned. He was Mexican, but he was light-skinned, like kind of white. He had the gun hanging out of the passenger window, and I'll never forget his face. He was targeting me with the gun, just following me as I'm running right in front of him, but his face was like... So I don't know if that was God. I don't know if that was an angel, but God saved my life that day. So I kept gangbanging and getting in trouble. Ended up going to jail, in and out a few times. And then I got kidnapped. And they dragged me into this house. And I remember there was a round table. And there was 8 guys sitting around the table. And each one had a gun placed in front of him. I guess they were going to a funeral that day. So they dragged me into the house, threw me on the floor, went into my pockets, took all my money, and I remember this big guy pointing a gun down at me, and he was crying, and he said, "Tell me who killed my brother." So they had killed his brother, and that was the day of the funeral. So I looked up at him and I said, "I don't know who killed your brother." Because I really didn't. And I just remember seeing the gun come down, the butt of the gun, and it hit me right here in my head and split it open. And blood is just pouring down. And I remember looking up, he's like, "Tell me who killed my brother." And at that point, I thought I was gonna die. And I looked up, blood coming down everywhere. I go, "I don't know who killed your brother." I seen the butt of the gun coming down again, and I just put my hand over where it hurt. And probably can't see, but it split my finger open right here. And I could see the white bone and the skin meat just hanging. I look to the right, and I see a guy come out of the hallway who I had went to school with. And he looked down and he said, "Pete." And he grabbed me and he threw me out the house. I ran for probably half a mile to my grandparents' house, and my cousin took me to the hospital. They put stitches in my head, my finger, everything. Ended up continuing to do my thing, gangbanging, getting in trouble, and then when I was 19, I went to prison for armed robbery. I did my time, did a few years in the California State Prison. Came out, was still doing drugs. Not really gangbanging though, just doing drugs and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. The whole time God is calling me, hey, you have something to do for me. You have to do this. You got to do this. And I didn't want to have nothing to do with him. And I remember when I had came out of prison, I was drinking a Foster's beer and I was smoking a joint at 11 o'clock in the morning at a laundromat because I was doing my laundry. And some lady out of nowhere who I'd never seen in my life, she just starts walking over to me. And as she's getting closer and closer, I'm like, what is she doing? She don't have clothes or nothing. And from about 25 feet away, she goes, brother. And I was like, oh, shoot. I put the beer down, put the joint out. She goes, God sent me over here. I walked 2 blocks from my house to come over here to this laundromat to tell you that God said you're going to preach for him. And I was like, all right, thank you. I still didn't want to have nothing to do with it. I didn't want to preach. I didn't mind going to church, but I didn't want to preach. God hit me with vertigo. And if you don't know what vertigo is, you get dizzy. Can't do nothing. Just lay in bed and stay still because everything is spinning. And I kept running and running, so he hit me with vertigo, and I lost everything. I lost my job. I lost my commercial driver's license, my apartment, my car, my pets. I mean, I lost everything. And it was because I kept running for so long. I finally gave my life to the Lord, and for 82 days, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. I mean, it was terrible. I was so dizzy. My ears were ringing. My vision was blurry. There were times where I couldn't get out of bed. So I would just lay there and pray on my back. And there were many days where I couldn't see because my vision was so blurry that I have to listen to the Bible instead. Couldn't get out of bed to pray on my knees because I felt like throwing up. And it was just terrible. It was horrible. Worst thing I've ever been through in my life. And after 82 days, God brought me out. I was still in the fire. I still had vertigo and everything, but it wasn't as bad as the 82 days. And I remember my mom, she called me about the 84th day because she served the Lord, and she told me, she said, God told me that if you didn't submit to him this time, the devil was going to kill you. And I believed it because God can only take so much. He loves us. He wants to have a relationship with us. And especially you have a high calling on your life, you're going to do it whether you like it or not. Even in the Bible, God had used people that were in the world to accomplish what he set out. So I knew by God's mercy and his grace that I was still alive. And I want to encourage you, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, to start. Pray. Ask him. Humble yourself before him. The Bible says that if you seek him with all your heart, you will find him. I encourage you to find him. He won't let you down. If you seek him with all your heart, you will find him. I promise you that. No, there's no other God that can save you. Only Jesus Christ. He's the only one that can save you. And I just wanted to share my little short testimony with you guys. I didn't want to make it too long. I just wanted to get to the facts right away. And I hope that this message blesses someone, encourages someone. I want to send a shout out to my family, my dad Pete, my mom Monica, my stepmom Anna, my brother Jacob. Thank you for all you've done for me, bro. My sister Melanie. And I want to send a shout out to my guy Harmony, who's on my team. He's the one behind the scenes running the YouTube channel. Thank you, bro, for all you've done for me. And I just encourage you to seek Jesus Christ. Thank you all for tuning in. Every Sunday there will be a video dropping. Next week, if you live in Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, up the Oregon coast, I have a prophetic vision that I'm going to be talking about next Sunday night. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. God bless you, and thank you all for tuning in.